Good evening, I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. A community is disrespected and placed in harm's way on St. Croix. The Imam of St. Croix explains the meaning of Ramadan, and the life of a pregnant teen is on the line in the Dominican Republic. Those stories and more up next for you on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, a Mount Pleasant community is outraged because they have been placed in a potentially dangerous situation. News Channel 8's Wes Small has the story of a neighborhood that feels they have been blatantly disrespected.
A very distressing situation here high atop Mount Pleasant West. This story is going to astound you, a story of just disrespect. This tower, about 60 feet or so, was put up in April. This is Miss Tutine, flanked by her husband and another neighbor here. And we also have another neighbor, their family members. We have attorney Kai Walker trying to get up here, but she's coming out of court. Miss Tutine, you have a story to tell. I'm going to just start off with you. I believe it's April 24th that y'all came back and you found this atrocity here by AT&T.
Hi, I am Loretta Tutine, and I'm mad. I'm damn mad. This belongs someplace else, not in a residential area. I came back to the island on the 23rd of April. On the 24th, this sign was put up, and that's when I learned what was going on. This sign tells you about their building. They have a permit. They have earth change. It gives you all kinds of information. Date, application received 1/12/2012. Reviewed by Emmanuel Liebert. Date 1/12/2012. Date, application deemed complete 1/12/2012. Most people build on St. Croix. I'd like to challenge any contractor that has done this, applied for earth change permit the same day everything was complete.
Where? At what department?
This is through DP&R.
Department of Planning and Natural Resources. By the way, has the Department of Planning and Natural Resources helped you through this dilemma?
I have not really gone to them except to get information for my own personal research, and found out that there were moratoriums and what have you. They were lifted, left, whatever.
Before Ms. Tutine continues, let's see how far she is from this tower. How many feet? Go ahead, Pi. Walk from here now across. Let's follow Pi. He's a normal-sized man. Look at the steps before he comes into his property. Look at that. We're about at 10, 11, 12. Now, he's in his property now. That's about 20 feet. That up there, now the camera's going to go to the tower. Look how many feet the tower is. The wind is blowing. Look at the trees. Come on, Miss Tutine.
And this isn't even a hurricane.
See, yeah, you're right.
The wind velocities here is very high.
What's going to happen if that tower comes off and falls? Look at that. Your house is gone.
In my house, or at least on my property, and it should not fall on anybody's anything.
Why you?
I wonder myself. That's a question I ask.
Mostly your neighbors are black and Spanish, correct?
All.
All of your neighbors are black and Spanish.
Yes.
As we look at the top of that, you said that a man next door to you, a neighbor, wanted to put up a 40-foot
higher.
A ham radio tower.
And they limited him to 40.
They limited him to 40. But look what AT&T was able to do in one day. Last but not least, we do have a very busy attorney, Kai Walker, just leaving court to rush up here. Attorney, we covered a lot of things, and one thing that you wanted to point over again is that January 12th boop, 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 a three-strike thing when most homeowners or zoning permits take a lot of time. You ought to know you're in this for life. You're an attorney. This is a class action suit, I guess. What is our legal stance?
It's not a class action suit. What it is really the group of homeowners who are affected by this tower being dumped in their neighborhood. So it's a small group of homeowners who are really just being confronted with the presence of this tower, with the presence of this construction, and no valid explanation as to how these permits could have been applied for and issued in one day without any notice to them.
Are you concerned about your client's safety? Because you know the wind, even without a hurricane coming, is very strong. And that, I tell you, 60, 70 feet, whatever it is, it's just going to level these houses.
I'm concerned about their safety and I'm concerned about their health. When I first was introduced to this case, there was no fence here. It was explained to me that there was actually just a huge hole in the ground. So you have a neighborhood where you can throw a can and it hits someone's house when you're standing at this tower, and you basically had this huge hole in the ground, and you have small children who could have run in, just run and fallen into the hole. Then you also had no fence, and that right there is just an invitation to a child to start climbing up that tower. So this, in addition to the permit violations, you have this tower that was dumped here that's a danger to their health.
Yes, ma'am.
It depreciates their property value. There's wind blowing, as you can see. It's a breezy area. There's just piles of dirt in their homes now because there's wind blowing through their windows. So now they've got to close their windows, they've got to close their curtains, they're constantly sweeping and cleaning up. And there's no telling whether there's going to be any radiation that will also affect their health. So it's a huge concern.
What do you have to say about this?
Well, I would like to see this tower goes down, because right now I'm planning to build right here. That's what holding me back now.
Oh, that's your property right there where you parked the Jeep at?
Yes. Next to it.
Next to it. And this concerns you as well and your family?
Very much.
Were there any town meetings? Did they discuss with y'all at all?
I only get one meeting with, I think, this DPNR one time.
Yeah.
But they never called the neighbors around.
What Mr. Daniels received was a letter, I think it was about 3 years ago, from a company who wanted to lease his land to place a tower. So you have Ms. Tutine here, and you have other people who've lived here for years who never had any clue that this tower was being planned for this area.
What do you have to say? These are your grandchildren.
Yeah,
They're lovely.
no, my children.
Oh, those are your children. Sorry about that, Pa. But what do you have to say about this situation?
To get grown.
All right. Well, the only thing is that I have to say is that the lack of respect without communicating to us what they were going to do, put up this tower. I wouldn't want my kids them exposed to any kind of radiation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I see the dangers of it. In fact, I felt sorry for Mr. Steve. They started walk. They didn't put no kind of thing to avoid the dust. And she was the most affected.
Because she's the
Yeah,
closest.
right.
Senators, governor, DPNR commissioner, St. Croix Environmental, someone, please, please try to approach Attorney Walker, Ms. Tutine, come up here and try to do something to make sure that this situation can get taken care of. We are on top. We are on top of Mount Pleasant West. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
In other news, Ramadan is the most holy time for the Islamic community here in the territory and throughout the world. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report with the Imam of St. Croix.
Thank you very much, Stacy. A very religious time. This is Ramadan, a very powerful time for our Mideastern brothers and sisters. I'm here with the Imam here at the mosque here in Catherine's Rest, and you could hear the holy prayers in back you, so we're not going to keep you so long. The holy time of Ramadan all over the world with Islamic brothers and sisters, what does it mean to you at this time, Imam?
Actually, as Muslims, we have every year to fast in the holy month of Ramadan for the whole month. All the Muslims around the world, they joining each other in these days, great days, and fast. And for us, it tells, about the unity between the Muslims. And at the same time, the concept of Ramadan is many, many things. The first thing is Ramadan, actually fast, is a good training, for the Muslims to control the, himself and the desires, because we stay about 14 hours each day, no food, no drinks, no, sexual activities for the whole day, before sunrise till sunset or sunset. Yeah. So it's a good chance for the Muslims to control their desires, because we believe that all the problems, all the bad deeds, all the crimes comes from two things. The first one is the desires, and the second one is the anger, you know. So Ramadan is to control your anger and control your desires.
Imam, please give us a brief message in Arabic for our brothers and sisters.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. كل عام وأنتم بخير ورمضان مبارك إن شاء الله تعالى. ها قد جاء رمضان وأطل ببركاته وخيراته ورحماته. الله تبارك وتعالى يعني كما أخبر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يفتح كل أبواب الجنة ويغلق كل أبواب النار، وينادي مناد من السماء أن يا باغي الخير أقبل ويا باغي الشر أقصر. فرسالتي إلى إخواني وأخواتي الذين يسمعونني أن يتقوا الله عز وجل في هذا الشهر، وأن يعني يحاولوا أن يستغلوا أيام هذا الشهر الكريم وبركات هذا الشهر الكريم ورحمات هذا الشهر الكريم، بأن يعني يطيعوا الله عز وجل ويتوقفوا عن كل ألوان العصيان والذنوب والمعاصي إن شاء الله تبارك وتعالى.
Thank you, Imam. We really appreciate during this holy time of Ramadan. May Allah bless you and your followers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Here at the mosque during the holy time of Ramadan with the Imam, I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Coming up, the life of a pregnant teen is being debated in the Dominican Republic. We'll tell you why in our Caribbean report up next.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Now here's your Caribbean report. From Puerto Rico, authorities have found the body of 17-year-old Toronto native Justin Langley, who drowned after attending a wedding. The search and rescue director of the EMA says officials found his body floating in front of a San Juan hotel. Our condolences go out to him and his family. From Dominica, a book covering the careers of women in Parliament was recently launched, entitled Women in Parliament in Dominica, Past and Present, written by Speaker of the House of Assembly Alex Boyd Knights and historian Lennox Honeychurch. From St. Kitts and Nevis, 3 eminent lawyers have been bestowed with the profession's highest honor. Dr. Henry Brown, Emile Ferdinand, and Theodore Hobson have been appointed Queen's Counsel. From the Caribbean, a new report says that the wealthiest people in the world have exploited loopholes in international tax rules, evading the taxman and sheltering $21 trillion or more in offshore accounts in the region. From Nevis, prospective homeowners now have the opportunity to access up to 500,000 EC dollars for home construction thanks to the Sugar Industry Diversification Foundation. From Dominica, efforts are underway with financial assistance from the Canadian government to give a boost to the beekeeping industry in Dominica. The industry was dealt a severe blow when more than 36 beehives were wiped out during the collapse of the Mathuo Dam last year. From the Dominican Republic, at the Sema Hospital in the capital city of Santo Domingo, a 16-year-old girl is dying of acute leukemia, and doctors say the girl needs aggressive chemotherapy treatment. But there's one problem. She's 9 weeks pregnant, and treatment would very likely terminate the pregnancy, a violation of Dominican anti-abortion laws. From Puerto Rico, the territory is slated to receive more than $2 million in federal funds to help those on a waiting list for HIV/AIDS medication. The money will target patients lacking health insurance. From the Caribbean, officials and dignitaries are heading to Miami this week to further ties with hotel investors in the North American region at the 16th Annual International African American Hotel Ownership and Investment Summit. From Montserrat, Lime Montserrat has provided one more way for nationals in the diaspora to stay connected with home and make a contribution to the island's development. Lime has sponsored 2 international lines at ZJB Radio Montserrat, allowing nationals in the U.S. and UK to call home as if they were making a local call. From the Dominican Republic, 5-time Oscar winner Fred Roos will be executive producer for the comedy of the multiple award-winning script Why Do Men Cheat? By Dominican writer Leonardo de Leon, to be adapted into Spanish. Roos returns to the country after 3 decades since filming scenes from Godfather 2. And in your cricket update, a confident West Indies will chase their first series win against New Zealand in over a decade when the first test bowls off at the Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Grounds in Antigua today. West Indies off-spinner Sunil Narine has broken into the top 20 for the first time in the Reliance ICC player rankings for ODI bowlers. Please be sure to check our Facebook page for all full stories and details in the Caribbean Report. Now, there will be a bike coasting race that will demonstrate peace and togetherness in our community. Here's News Channel 8's Wes Small with more.
Thank you very much, Stace. Once again, Groya Corporation is well represented. This is an annual event, and this is going to be by the Container Port Road, 28th and 29th this weekend from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. This is the Bicycle Coasting Race here with Miss Candy Allen and Brother Aaron, better known as Bull.
Yes,
and you're going to break it down to us. First, tell us a little bit about Groya.
Well, Groya is a part of is an organization that we put together that we push in agriculture, sports, music, and arts and craft, etc. Such a things like that. So what happened now? It come to a point where you know how it is, Westmall. Everybody's trying to find out how we could deal with the youths, how we could get the youths a little better, things like that. And you know, we're trying to find a way to put down the guns for the youth. So we came up with this idea. We said, look, listen, instead of sitting back and just waiting for somebody to do something for us, let us do it for ourselves and our kids. So the most important part, I said, man, we try, I think, an thing like spinning top, you know, things we used to do when we were small, playing marbles, certain things like that. And I said, nah.
Don't talk about kicking the can.
So I said, nah, that ain't too. I said, you know what? Let's try bicycle.
Without the chain.
Without the chain. Because, West, man, ain't everybody could afford a race car or a race horse and things like that. So I said, you know what? Let's involve the kids with the bicycles. Because all the kids, we had bikes. We know about.
How did last year's thing go?
Last year was a success.
Freewheeling. All participants are required to register, and you got to get there by 10:30. Candy, you've been coordinating this event. What does this mean to you?
I mean a lot. Okay.
Community in these days.
Because right now, exactly what we had in mind is happening. A lot of these young men is focusing on getting a bike together. You know what I mean? They are active with just being creative instead of being destructive.
What does that tell you? They just want something to do.
Yeah,
right.
you know, and the politicians right now, their hands are full. They are sidestepping, side looking, and they ain't really seeing the big picture, you know, which is the youngsters.
So
you understand?
Big picture and self-sustenance. Because that's what I got with this Groya. Y'all way ahead of the game.
Okay, well, listen at Groya. Yeah. Groya is around for a lot of years, okay? Groya have a lot of meaning. West, a lot of us is not born here, but we Groya. Okay? A lot of us raised here. You understand?
Sure.
First bike race, we gotta give it to the few sponsors we got.
Sure.
Me and my husband, we doing this out of our pocket. We don't have much, but we have a lot of children. Our children, them is the whole community.
Okay.
You understand? So JT, Sports Plus, United Sports Shop, trophies, bless, thanks. We have Eagle Mini Mart in West. We have St. Croix Rescue. We need you every time. We have UDL Lumber. When you got to go, you got to go. We have Best Baits, Trucking, Bolos, Trucking, Bellows, MLK Tires, and we can't leave out One Love Service Station.
Well, as you can see behind me, I've got to get moving with the news. Okay. So please make sure you check out the Bicycle Coasting Race 28th and 29th, 11 to 6. Information is on the screen. With Candy and Brother Aaron, better known as Bull. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Coming up, it's our Virgin Islands athletes in London.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Allison Peters is on her way to London to represent the Virgin Islands in the 2012 Summer Olympics. News Channel 8's Wes Small is with one of her track coaches.
Thank you, Stacy. We're going to be well represented in London as the games are just bam. 48 hours away, the opening ceremonies. I'm here with Coach Lewis, who is a teacher and also a track and field coach at Ulelu Rivera, and he's going to explain to us his friendship and mentorship with our hero, Allison Peters. Well, it's a pleasure, Coach. First of all, tell us about the background and the relationship you have with our national champion.
Yes, my background and relationship is that I worked with Keith Smith with St. Croix Track Club.
Yes.
And Allison Peters was 16 in the world, and she worked with my team from Ulelu Rivera. She influenced Crystal Gordon, Annika Benders, Stephanie Matthew, and the entire team the year we won track and field in 210, 211. So she's like a hero to the youngsters on this island. And I respect her a lot, and she gave my team a lot of inspiration.
Well, congratulations for you. Y'all should be very proud. We'll all be pulling for her. Now, what type of events should we be looking for her? And, what is she going to be running?
I think she might be running the 100, 200, maybe the 400. Okay. But she's what you call a short distance runner.
Right.
And she has that fast twitch muscle.
Okay. How old is she now?
She should be at least 18 or 19, I think.
So she's still young. She's got the legs to do it. You think she'll have a chance to maybe get in the medal hunt?
Everybody have a chance.
Everybody has a chance.
Yes.
And any messages you want to get out to the youth, the future Allison Peters out there?
Well, work hard, take your vitamins, and get rest.
That's the
key. And keep hope alive.
And keep hope alive.
Yes.
Very good, sir. Well, with that, we're going to be checking out Allison Peters as she runs in those events, and we really wish her the very best. And do we have any more youngsters in the track and field events coming from the Virgin Islands off the top of your head?
Well, we have Laverne Jones.
That's right.
We have Jabari Henry.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully next 4 years be Seymour Walters.
And we will be watching the Olympics with excitement as Allison Peters runs for the gold. Who knows? It could happen. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.